They love to try to prove big men wrong.
Well, see, there you go.
Did you win on most of your tips? What was your batting average in your tips?
Oh, it was horrible. It was to the point where, I started letting KG and...
Kirk, you're like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't jump, Rachel, so I had to put KG there when I got to Oklahoma City. Serge would do the jump balls.
I respect the realism. I respect it.
There you go. Welcome to The Jump. I am Rachel Nichols alongside the confetti-clad Brian Windhorst. Hey, look, sometimes you got to toughen up for the team. NBA trade deadline has come and went, and of course our NBA champ, Kendrick Perkins, fresh. He showered. There's no confetti with him, so there you go. Amin Al-Hassan is going to be stopping by a little bit later, and coming up, we're going to talk more about the Rockets' smaller ball lineup. They got the win last night. We will discuss if it is a sustainable strategy. First, though, it's Oscar weekend here in LA. The 92nd Academy Awards will be presented live on ABC. That's Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So to get everyone prepared for the ceremony, we are going to start today's show with our own Oscar party right here, right now. So just like they do at the Oscars, we're going to give some love to the previously announced winners, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So just so you guys know, the award for Best Foreign Film, that went to Giannis for his Euro step against the Timberwolves. Get it? Euro, right? There we go.
You're fired.
Yeah, I know. That's it. But it looks good. He's good at it. The award for Best Screenplay went to Stephanie Dolson from Team USA for her
that's one of those
screen
perch screens right
against
there.
Team Canada.
That
FIBA
doesn't
Gold Medal
seem
game.
legal.
That is legal. What you mean?
You can't hit her on the side. You got to square her up.
That's a clean block. That's a clean screen.
Take it the other way.
Award for Best Cinematography went to Anthony Davis's Chewing Gum. Looks like an homage to the trash bag scene in American Beauty, remember?
At least he played it off pretty cool, though.
And the award for Best Supporting Actor went to none other than Aaron Baines, who just makes every scene he's in more memorable. So,
Are we going to show his blocks, Rachel, while we're showing him getting dunked on?
I'm just saying.
He gets block shots, you know.
Yeah, he do, but I mean, hey, listen, B, when you get dunked on like that in the season, you got to show it now.
Again, Mr. Reality, I respect it.
I'm just saying, I mean, last week we showed, Blake Griffin posterizing me, so, hey.
Right, exactly.
We're not going to do that.
Zaza Pachulia wrote into the show the other day because he was the victim of a distant replay.
It happens.
He's like, why? I was having a good day. Why you got to show it? I mean, it's basketball. All right, let's get back to our Oscars. I want to look at our first category. This is for Best Special Effects, guys. The nominees are John Morant jumping over Kevin Love on December 2nd. Now, he missed the dunk. I'm not sure that matters. You guys can decide. But
It's not a charge if they jump over you.
He did look like he had perfected flight.
He did.
Right? You normally need CGI for that.
He did push off a little bit. He did use his off
He wants to dunk on people.
Trae Young versus the Nuggets on January 6th. Now he jukes out multiple defenders. This is an array of visual effects. So this is like if he did The Matrix, but without the CGI.
I'm glad you slowed that down, because in real time, I had a hard time figuring out what he did.
And he finished the play.
Right?
That was beautiful.
See, Hollywood needs an army of people for this. NBA players just do it themselves. Our final nominees, Zion Williamson against the Nuggets, January 24th.
What's wrong with you?
That's not special. That's just brute force.
Well, it's special.
It is
Can you
special.
do it?
I cannot.
So
and neither can Perk, because he just said he can't jump.
So there you go.
Volleyball?
Again, when they do like the Marvel movies, and they have someone fly through the air,
Good job,
that
Rachel.
requires a special effect.
Good job.
Zion Williamson did it on his own. So, all right. So, of those three, you got John Morant, you got Trae Young, and then Zion.
Right.
Of the things that a human being should not be able to do, you should need a special effect for, but they did it. Who wins? Who do you got?
Zion.
Yeah?
I'm predisposed to vote for Zion for anything, to be honest with you. I'm a huge fan of what he does.
I'm going with Trae Young.
Yeah.
Because the handle, the fake, and the finish, hey, that was beautiful.
I just respect we showed a block shot. It's so rare that we show them that I'm...
Hey, Brian, don't tell me you biased towards the big man.
Producer Danny tells me I'm
biased
the
towards the
tiebreaker.
defender.
I am going to have to go with Trey just because that was
beautiful.
Wizardry
You guys are teaming
there.
up against me.
Again, The Matrix.
Look at it.
Right?
With the scoop layer.
This is some Neo-level stuff, and he's just doing it.
It's like you playing at Rutgers Park. Easy work.
Easy. All right.
Easy work.
Our next category, Best Performance by a Lead Actor. So
Oh.
our first nominee is LeBron. This was the night he posted 39 points, 16 assists, 12 rebounds against the Mavericks on November 1st. Remember, this is like the big LeBron,
Whoa.
Luka kind of showdown.
I know that's not the Wash King doing that, right? Not the Wash King. And he did that with no Anthony Davis. No Anthony Davis.
Daddy, was that you called Daddy Ball?
Yeah, that's Daddy Ball. That is
All right, our
Daddy
next
Ball.
nominee, James Harden, dropped 60 in a win over the Hawks back on November 30th.
3/4. Am I correct?
Right.
3/4?
Beautiful.
I've seen this before.
What? Because someone turns in a great performance over and over, we're like, whatever.
I've seen it before.
Our final nominee, Damian Lillard, 48 points, dished out 10 assists against the Lakers last Friday. He put on a show in Kobe's memory. This was a performance. All right, so who should our Oscar for Best Performance go to?
Out of these three,
Yeah.
not saying their whole careers,
No. Again, it's
out of
one
these
night.
three,
One night. Yeah.
Dame Dollar.
Well, I'm going with King James for the simple fact he went into Dallas. Dallas was playing well at the time. They were playing really good at home, and he went there without Anthony Davis on the road and put on a performance.
I respect all that.
In year 17. Woo!
Well, as the tiebreaker, and really, producer Danny, I wish I had this. I wish I had this job in our actual congressional Senate, but instead, I'll just have it here on the jump. I'm going with Damian Lillard. I mean, just the moment
Thank you.
was so big, and to walk in there, and it was hard. Damian and I talked about this before the game. You are being dropped into someone else's very emotional moment, right? Anyone could have been the
Look at that
opponent
play, dunking on three
that
dudes.
night. And there was sort of this storybook script of the Lakers wanting to win it for Kobe. It is a strange position to be the opponent in that because, of course, everybody would like to win the basketball game they play. They're professional athletes.
Right.
But Dame said straight out to me, he goes, yeah, it's completely weird. He said his thing was no one's winning tonight.
Well, Dame might win a Grammy someday, but he'll take the Oscar.
He'll take our Oscar. There we go. Our next category is Best Actor. Here are the nominees. Eric Bledsoe versus the Clippers on November 6th.
Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible.
That to me was
Come on,
amazing.
E. Bled.
Look at the performance he gives at the end. Look, it's just
I mean,
beautiful.
he puts Doc
Did Doc challenge that?
probably lost.
I
Probably
don't
challenged
know
it, lost.
Can you challenge a flop call? I don't know.
You should be able to,
Yeah,
on
right?
principle.
All right, Patrick Beverly. He did
Oh,
challenge it. Patrick
Bev.
Beverly versus the Rockets on November 22nd. This
Oh,
one was
Bev.
amazing.
But
This was really art.
You
Right
know
there.
what?
it
It's the
was.
falling down too.
And also
Yeah.
the head
Yeah, it was
going
too-
back twice. Right? I mean, not everybody does
Oh,
that.
Pat
Not everyone
Bev.
puts the care on a performance like that. And finally, Joe Ingles versus the Heat,
Oh, that was
December
slow motion
23rd.
tragedy.
Oh, bullshit.
Look at this.
Horrible. That was horrible.
I just love the opposing coaches.
Look,
Right? Here's.
it was.
Oh! The
That's
delay
poor-
on it is really
delay
this.
in-
Poor Tyler Hero
Yeah.
getting the rookie treatment.
Right?
Given that called against him.
All right, so that is just some serious performances. Who are you giving your Oscar to, gentlemen?
I think it's the multi-stage move of Beverly,
Mm-hmm.
where he falls back, pushes back, and then goes down.
I agree with you. I got to give it to Pat Bev. That was horrible, Pat Bev.
That's a flop warning and a half.
Yes.
That's a $5,000 flop right
It
there.
was wonderful because he's getting an Oscar.
Oh, it was okay. It was wonderful. He's getting, right for acting. He's
For acting. He
Right.
is significantly,
Yeah, give him.
significantly acting.
You know what though, Harden, it's okay. It's against Harden. Harden does his own acting.
That was the NBA. I remember I posted a video of that like right as it happened because it was
Yeah.
so phenomenal. And half the response was, including from NBA players, was right, but it's against
Yeah,
James.
Harden had to respect that. He was like, you know what,
So,
that was pretty good. That was
There you
pretty
go.
good.
All right, finally, the biggest category of them all, Best Picture, which for our purposes means posterization.
Oh, no.
Brian, no whining here. First up, Derek Jones on Jonas Valanciunas from October 23rd.
That's who's winning the dunk
That's
contest.
amazing. You're right, Perk.
I'm
man.
telling you. that
He dunked
kid-
the ball the other night, Staples Center. The ball bounced off the floor so hard it went in the stands.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
Elevation. All right, LeBron,
Oh,
Elite
man.
Stud, November 15th.
not the
Oh,
Wash King
man.
again. Something ain't right about Braun, man. I'm telling
Woo.
you, that's cheating.
Man,
Wow.
did you guys see the photo Andrew
Power.
Bernstein took last night of
yeah.
LeBron on that dunk?
It was
that
majestic.
That was-
insane. All right, finally, DeMar DeRozan on Chris Boucher.
Oh,
I mean, that was.
Come on, Chris
Oh.
Boucher.
I mean, what's he gonna do? He's just standing. He's laying on top of him there.
yeah. I mean,
Pirtle's providing
Can't even
support.
see it.
I think we all.
So what's the freeze frame? What's the best picture from that?
Oh, the last one, DeMar DeRozan. I think that was that was the best dunk of the year.
LeBron's dunk was awesome.
It was awesome.
But DeRozan, you don't expect that.
Right.
It was the surprise element.
Right.
That was amazing about that.
And then the and one, the land on the ground,
Look at
all
this.
that. Look at the bench.
I mean, the Spurs
Oh,
needed
wow.
emotional support after this.
And they won. Like, they came back and won the game. Like, that
Well,
was
see,
like,
there you go. And the
oh.
little fist thing afterward, that was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
and then
All right.
the whole
Right.
background of his former, he used to play for them, doing it in there.
So many emotions.
There you go. I feel proud that we could take part in the Oscars weekend tradition again on your televisions on ABC.
These
on
will be in the
Sunday.
mail to
These will
DeRozan
be-
and Dame.
And there you go. No, I'm keeping at least one of
Oh,
those.
okay.
Hey, LBJ, I tried, man. I
There
tried.
you go. He's got a lot of awards, and by the way,
Do
we'll
we
be
have an
talking,
Oscar, though, Rachel?
Well, we will be talking. Hey, Kobe
Kobe had an Oscar.
Kobe
Right.
got an Oscar 2 years after he retired, and LeBron certainly works in the entertainment space.
Absolutely.
I would not be surprised if LeBron gets his own Oscar one day as well. Coming up, the Lakers did not make any pre-trade deadline moves yesterday, but they are courting another one. Retired point guard Darren Collison at the Laker game last night. We'll tell you all about
I don't
that.
think he paid for those seats, Perk.
Stick around. First, though, it's time for our distant replay from this date in 1999. And I keep saying it. I just mentioned Kobe Bryant. We could do a distant replay from this date of every day on the calendar for Kobe. That was his greatness. And as we continue to highlight and celebrate the life of Kobe Bryant, this date,